Hello everyone, and welcome back again to the Mycetoma Research Club. Today is our 20th session, and as we've said in the very first sessions, is that through the Mycetoma Research Club, we will be exploring some funding opportunities. And today we're having Professor Marmar Abdurrahman al-Siddiq. She will be talking to us about Horizon Europe, and Professor Marmar is a professor at the Faculty of Science at the University of Khartoum. Professor, if you'd like to add more.
Yeah, indeed, Professor Marmar is a very shiny star at University of Khartoum Faculty of Science. She was the dean of the Faculty of Science. She was the director of the alumni of the University of Khartoum. Her fingerprints are everywhere she there. We are very much pleased to have her as a young, good scientist, proactive member of the Mycetoma group, and she is a member of the Mycetoma Research Center Ethical Committee. Professor Marmar, the floor is for you, and we are very much honored to have you this afternoon. Looking forward for a very enlightening talk about funding opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Fahal. Thank you, Samira. And indeed, I am not now no longer young researcher among Samira and her colleague. And I would like to thank the Mycetoma Research Club for giving me this honorable opportunity to explore with you the available funding opportunities under the European Union Research and Innovation Program, which was launched in 2021 to cover the period from 2021 to 2027. That means we have more 2 years and we are not late and we can apply and participate. Firstly, I think Samira and Professor Fahal, they introduced me, so I will not talk about myself, but I would like to show you this is me. Because due to internet connection, maybe I will not be able to present with video or with the photo. So this is Marmar who is talking to you now. And before I start this presentation, which I have been told that it should be for a 1 hour period. So before I start the exploring with you the opportunities, I would like to thank the European Union training staff for providing and make this presentation available. Actually, they made it available for all representative of Arab countries participants who participated in the workshop for training Arab representative in collaboration with the Arab League and the Arab Scientific Research Council, FARSIC, and that was in Cairo in January 2023. And also thanks are extended to the FASTRIC and for the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Sudan, for giving me and my colleague, Dr. Amjad Abdulatif Osman, to participate in this training workshop. So I declare that this presentation is provided for us to be disseminated among other researchers, and there is no plagiarism issues behind this. During this time, I'm going to give some highlights, an overview of the European Union funding programs, and I will name different funding opportunities, but I will concentrate in the Horizon Europe program because most of it is eligibility criteria are suitable for us as Sudanese and also for us as African. The European Union program or funding program grants and fellowships are distributed among many opportunities and many programs. And there may be, for this period, 2021 to 2027, more than 8 opportunity. And under each of these opportunities, we can find many of the different themes to apply for. For example, there is the Research and Innovation Program, under which the Horizon Europe program is allocated. And also there is a separate program known as Health Program, and I think it is suitable for researchers at the Mycetoma Research Center to apply for. And there is some cohesion funds, environment and climate action, which is known as LIFE. The European Regional Development Fund, this is another opportunity, and structural reform support program. And whenever we find the term support, that means they can, through this program, they can support infrastructure of any eligible institution. And also there is a European Structural and Investment Fund, and this is mainly focused or has more focusing on the SME or small and medium enterprise. And there is a research fund for coal and steel, and this is a specialized fund or specific fund for a specific research activity. Under the R&I or Research and Innovation Program, there are many opportunities and many themes, but all has one objective. This objective is clearly written in the EU R&I framework, which says the ambitious EU Research and Innovation Framework Program for the period 2021-2027. And this objective or these objectives are divided into 3 sub-objectives by 3 disciplines, which are science and technology, society, and economy. For the science and technology, the objective is to fuel EU's scientific and technological excellence and strengthen the European research area. And under the society, the objective is tackle policy priorities, including green and digital transitions and sustainable development goals. And under the economy theme, it aims at boosting Europe's innovation uptake and competitiveness, and also providing jobs. These opportunities are available for researchers in all disciplines, farmers and rural businesses, that means those who are making SMEs, for small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs in other disciplines rather than agriculture sector, and for young people who are not researchers, but they have other activities that are under the objectives of the EU, and for public bodies and non-governmental non-profit organizations, that means universities, research institutions can be included also, and other beneficiaries. We can give some examples while we are highlighting the Horizon Europe. And the limitation of to participate in this program or I can say that these programs are available for everyone, but there are some limitations to some specific group of participants. For example, legal entities established in China are not eligible to participate in any capacity. None of these programs can accept researchers or can accept China applications. And this is written in the article 22.6. And also one of the limitations is sanctions. And sanctions means they put some sanctions for all actions or for some. Those countries that has sanction are not allowed to apply are legal entities established in Russia, Belarus, and in non-governmental correlated in Ukraine, and those cannot apply also for any opportunity, any theme. That means Chinese are prohibited to apply for innovative actions, all of the innovative actions, and Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine are not allowed to apply for all actions, not only the innovative activities or actions. And under the research and innovation funding opportunities of the European Union, there is the Horizon Europe, which we will be talking about today. And also there is Erasmus and Erasmus Plus program. Maybe some of you have got some funds or fellowship or scholarship from through this program, Erasmus or Erasmus Plus. And also there is opportunities under the regional programs such as PRIMA and BlueMed, which are specified for some region worldwide. For example, MED here is for Mediterranean countries. And there is a program known as bilateral programs, that means between two partnerships, and national programs within the same country, and many others. Today, we're going to stop by the Horizon Europe to see what is there and what we can benefit from. So firstly, I can introduce the Horizon Europe program. What is Horizon Europe? Maybe the name is pinky, but I think Horizon, because it is it covers many opportunities. In the EU key funding programs for research and innovation is the Horizon Europe. It can fund any research that tackles climate change, that helps to achieve the UN SDGs, and also any research that boosts the EU competitiveness and growth, facilitates collaboration and strengthens the impact of research and innovation in developing, supporting, and implementing policies while tackling global challenges. And this also can be read by the SDGs, the different SDGs, and any research that creates, or any activity that creates job, like the SMEs, for example, fully engages the talent pool, boosts academic, economic growth, and also promotes industrial competitiveness and optimize investments impact within a strengthened European research area. That is why it's called Horizon. And under each of these themes, there may be many sub themes that people can apply for. For example, the research that helps to achieve the UN SDGs, and we know that there are 17 SDGs, so that any research or activity that promotes the achievement of SDGs. One of the SDGs can be eligible. And who is eligible? Who are the individuals that can be eligible for the Horizon Europe funding? Are any individual from any of the member states. And member states mean European country, within the European countries. Those the European countries are the member states, including their outermost region. That means if there are regions that are belonging to a certain country, researchers on these regions are also eligible. And also the overseas countries and territories linked to the member states. If there are many, if there is any treaty between a member state and another country who is not a European country but has this treaty, specific treaty with that country, so it can be eligible. The second side, or the other partner, will be from non-European countries. And in this group, we can find the countries associated to Horizon Europe. There are many countries that are associated to Horizon Europe. They are not within the European countries. For example, Turkey. And also low and middle income countries, and they are known as the third countries. And Sudan is one of these group. So Sudanese and many African countries are included in this group, the third countries or the low and middle income countries. Also eligible are other countries not automatically eligible for funding when announced in the call, or exceptionally if their participation is essential. That means they can accept application from other countries who are not within this group and not within this group, but in certain circumstances they can be accepted as collaborators. And also this program is available for specific groups from affiliated entities established in countries eligible for funding, for EU bodies. For example, they are not research groups, for example, but there are bodies that, for example, contribute to policies or for SDG and so on, and also international organizations. Those groups can apply for certain opportunities, not all actions, for certain actions under certain criteria and certain specifications. The program, which is launched in, as I said, in 2021, and to cover the period 2021 to 2027, is illustrated by the European Union staff into this illustration, which show three parts, and one is for defense fund. That means it is not for all, it is only or exclusive focus on defense research and development, and it is only for some certain objectives from some countries to tackle specific problems focusing on defense. The other one is Euratom, and this is for research in focusing in the, for example, the nuclear research. and it's not allowed for anyone to search in nuclear research. So what for us as academic and researchers is this program, which is specific implementing Horizon Europe and AIT. And this program is exclusive focus on civil applications. That means this part is ours. It is also, this part is divided into two parts. Part one, this one, and this is also distributed or classified into three pillars: pillar one, pillar two, and pillar three. And we are going to explore each one more. And part two is the widening participation and strengthening the European research area. And this is of two themes. That means we have three pillars and in part one, and we have part two. Most of the funding opportunities that are suiting our research is under these three themes. So I am going to give highlights on these three pillars. For example, in overall, the sum budget for this part, pillar 1, 2, and 3 collectively, it is around 95.9 billion euros. 95.5 billion euros, which is a huge budget for the whole period. And this budget include 5.4 billion euro from NGEU or Next Generation Europe program for recovery from COVID-19 crisis. That is because it started in 2021 and COVID breakout was in 2020 and 2019. And this budget, the 95.5 billion euros, is agreed on December 2020 during the annual meeting, and it is divided to cover four themes. Three of them are under the part one, and the fourth is for the part two. For part one, it is pillar one, excellence science, and the amount allocated for this pillar is 25 billion euro. And for global challenges and European, I can show you here. Pillar one is 25. This one is 20 under the theme excellent science. 25 billion euro is allocated for this, and another 53.5 billion is allocated for the global challenges and European industrial competitiveness, and 13.6 billion euro for innovative Europe, the theme of innovation in Europe or innovative Europe, and only 3.4 compared, only because it's compared to other figures, 3.4 for part two, the widening part and areas. That means for all these 25, 13, and 53 and 13 billion euros. And for this part, the widening is 3.4 billion. And if we can now go through the three pillars, I'll start with pillar one, which has a main theme, excellent science. And excellent science can give insight on the type of research that can accept. It should be excellent compared to others. And this program, Excellent Science Program, which constitute Pillar 1 and 25 billion euros is allocated for it. Also, divided into 3 sub-themes. The first one is the European research, is funded by the European Research Council. That means the body who will participate in this program is the European Research Council, and it funds frontier research by the best researchers and their teams from their country and the partner country from the European country. And from the 25 billion, 16 billion is allocated for this part. The other part is the Marie Curie actions, and the objective is of this class is to equip researchers with new knowledge and skills through mobility and training. That means if you are seeking mobility or need training in some area, you can go and see the Marie Curie actions, and you can see the open opportunities and apply for, and 6.6 billion euros are allocated for this group. And the third one is the research infrastructure. That means they can give fund or support to develop infrastructure for research, and this is integrated and interconnected world-class research infrastructure so that you can apply, for example, for any sophisticated apparatus or any state-of-the-art machine or apparatus for your research after giving all the or after meeting all the eligibility criteria. And they allocate an amount of 2.4 billion euro for this theme. That means the 25 billion are distributed into research, mobility and training, and infrastructure. For the research, the European Research Council offers funding to individuals. That means some opening or some calls will call for participation of individuals. Some are for excellent researchers. That means a group of researchers. They can apply together. And also, this is depending on the individual career stage. That means one of the main criteria in the eligibility criteria will be for the career stage and the excellency of the research and the specific project needs. And examples for these opportunities are grants that are given to individuals as starting grants. And this fund will be given for individual or team of researchers for 2 to 7 years of experience. That means the minimum experience that you should have is 2 and maximum is 7 years. And the fund can be up to 1.5 million euro. Also, they can give grants known as consolidated grants, and this is given to individual or group of researchers who have 7 to 12 years of experience. If you are not eligible here, so you will be eligible here in this one. And it is for 5 years. This one is also for 5 years. That means you can apply to do a research within 5 years, and they will give you 1.5 million distributed according to the period of time of your research in your proposal. And under this one, the consolidated grants, they allocate 2 million, up to 2 million, and also for 5 years. And the fourth one is are advanced grants, and these are given to established researchers. That means who are more than 12 years of experience, and it is also can be run for 5 years, and 2.5 million euros is allocated for it. And the fourth one, which is known as synergy grants, and this is given for groups of 2 to 4 researchers and teams. That means they can be a consortium, even from one country or from different countries with their European partners. And for this, there is 10 million euro is allocated, and this can be run for 6 years. That means under the pillar 1, also you have different opportunities. You can apply as individual, you can according to your experience, or you can apply for the synergy grants as a group in one institution. The second theme under the pillar 1 is the Marie Curie actions, which we say that it is a fund for mobility and training, and it is known as MASCA, Marie Curie actions. And these funds are allocated for doctoral networks, PhD, for example, programs, and MT programs, and in and outside academia, including joint and industrial doctorates. That means if you want to do some of your PhD study in an industry, you can apply for a fund under MASCA or Marie Curie actions, and to travel and join that industry. That means from academia to industry, and also vice versa. If you are a PhD students who are working in industry and want to participate in a doctoral program in the academia. Also, they give postdoctoral fellowships for those who are already have their PhDs, and this is to support, or this support is given to excellent postdoctoral researchers. That means they will depend on your CV, and it should be a strong CV. And also some amount is allocated to staff exchanges, and this means staff mobility between your country and any other country, but it should be eligible country, which we were talked about before, EU member states or their belongings. And the fourth one is the co-fund. That means if you already have fund for your research, that you can apply for co-funding for your doctoral or postdoctoral research. If you already have funded study, or you have a scholarship for under any other institution or any other program, not EU program, you can apply for co-fund under MASCA theme or MASCA action. And also there are some amount given to public outreach events. That means if you in the Mycetoma Research Center, inshallah, want to organize an outreach event as you were doing before, so that you can apply for MASCA to be funded under MASCA and citizen action. All those are focusing on mobility and training. And we said MASCA is the MASCA or the Marie Curie actions are for mobility and exchange and for training. Who can apply for MASCA? Organization can apply, but organization can be legal entity, like the Mycetoma Research Center can apply by its name, Mycetoma Research Center, not by one of the researchers or certain researcher in of the center. And it should be from academic or non-academic sector and beneficiary or associated partners. Also, individual researchers can apply, and there are many opportunities as we explored. They can be of any nationality, research on any topic or any field, but they should know that mobility is required. And I think sometimes some researchers, they seek for fund, but they don't want to move from the country to another country. So if you are one of those, you have some personal issues that do not allow you to move from your or to travel from your country to another country. So this is not for you because mobility is required. And also, there should be specific conditions depending on which action you are applying for. Are you applying for MASCA? Are you applying for excellent research or other? For which? And sorry, the dimension of mobility, which is required, as I said, the dimension can be or can address 3 dimensions. Intersectoral, that means from sector to sector, for example, from academia to industry. And also mobility can be international, to travel from Sudan, for example, to Italy or Germany, and can be interdisciplinary. You are working in, for example, in health research, but you want to go and have some training or some period to, or some stay, research stay with a group whose, for example, research interest in mathematics, for example, to do, for example, modeling or something like that. This is interdisciplinary, or engineering or any other. So the mobility should be intersectoral or international and interdisciplinary. And if your application give insights that you have all these, or you meet all these criteria, that means you will strengthen your opportunity to apply. And still I'm talking about MASCA, and this mobility is needed by MASCA program. And as I said, that we in African countries or low and middle income countries are called as third countries. If you are an individual or researcher from this region, you can, or you are eligible for, and there is a MASCA action, you are eligible for doctoral networks. So go and apply. Staff exchange, that means is not a degree leading period. Also, you can apply for postdoctoral and for COFA as a researcher from third country, where you can find calls and announcement about this program. For example, the doctoral and networks, go to your access, and I will give you some information about your access, where you can find the information. And if you are applying for staff exchange, so you need to have invitation letter from a certain institution. After you send your letter to them that I'm coming to you through your institution, that means through your dean or through your dean faculty. If you want to see the available vacancies for postdoctoral fellowships, go and find host organization, and then apply through your access. And the co-fund news can be found in under the your access website. And for example, today I explored the MUSCA program calendar through this website, youraccess.ec.europe, and the other link. And you will find that there is opening opportunities for postdoctoral fellowship, that there is an announcement open on April 9th, this month, last week. And this call will end in September 10th. So you have just few months to prepare your documents and your proposal. And the allocated budget for this in euros is 247.6 million. And for doctoral networks opportunities under this call or call name, you will find that Horizon MUSCA 2025 DN0101 and doctoral networks. DN is doctoral network 0101. There is one will be open on May 28th. That means be prepared from now and collect your supporting documents and prepare your proposal. And when it open in May, it will close, or the deadline is November 25th. And the allocated money is 458.6 million. And for staff exchange, it is already open in March 27th, and it will be open up to October 8th. And there is 82.7 million euros allocated. So if you are seeking exchange, go and talk to your dean, direct dean or direct director, and send your letter and receive the acceptance, and then go ahead. And there is a call opened in January for co-fund under this number, Horizon MUSCA 2025 co-fund 0101, and it will end at 24th of June, and there is 101.8 million euros allocated for. So is there opportunities now? Yes, there is, under the 4 themes of MUSCA, and you can apply for, just apply for the one that suits your case. The third one in pillar 1 is the research infrastructure. As I said, you can apply just for having support to buy some infrastructures, and it should be state-of-the-art infrastructure. And as I said, that 2.4 billion euros is allocated for this. And when they said, the European Union said that they can fund major equipment or set of instruments, knowledge-related facilities such as collections, so that if you said that I need some facilities to build archive in my institution, so they can give you any instrument or equipment or tool that is related for this project, and also computing systems and communication networks. So there are many, or there's wide opportunities that you can apply for under the research infrastructure. And it is separated from training, because if you want a training, so you apply for MUSCA, but if you want some knowledge-related facilities or archive, computing system, communication networks, equipment, tools, instrument, machines, so apply under this theme. And all these are for the Horizon Europe Pillar 1 funding program, which was in this section. For Pillar 2, which comes under the theme Global Challenges and European Industrial Competitiveness, this one is divided into, or clustered into, 6 clusters plus Joint Research Council for Non-Nuclear Direct Action. The 6 clusters under this funding opportunity is health sector, culture, creativity, and inclusive societies as a cluster, civil security for society, the third one, digital industry and space, number 4, and climate, energy, and mobility is number 5, and the 6th one is for food, bioeconomy, natural resources, agriculture, and environment. And as you can see, these 6 clusters covers all research areas, from health to agriculture, to climate change, to digital industry and space. Everything is there. And this is to boost key technologies and solutions underpinning the European Union policies and SDGs. That means your proposal should enhance or underpin European Union policies or support the achievement of one of the SDGs, one or more of the SDGs. For all these together, there is an amount of 53.5 billion euros to be distributed among these 6 clusters. For example, cluster 1 health, of the 53 billion, 8.2 billion is allocated. For cluster 2, culture, creativity, and inclusive societies, 2.2, and cluster 3, civil security, 1.5, digital industry and space, 15.3 billion, and climate, energy, and mobility, 15.1, and the 6th cluster is food, bioeconomy, natural resources, agriculture, and environment, to which 8.9 billion is allocated. And the Joint Research Council for Non-Nuclear Direct Actions, there is only 1.9 billion. As you can see here, like health, digital industry, space, and climate, energy, and mobility, they took a huger amount than the others because there is another fund coming from the NGEU, that means from another program, not its Horizon program. So this amount, including 1.5 from NGEU, and this is the case for cluster 4 and cluster 5 also. The third one is pillar 3, and pillar 3 comes under the theme Innovative Europe. And this is to stimulate market creating breakthroughs and ecosystems conducive to innovation. And it is also divided into 3 themes. And 14.13 billion euros is allocated for the whole program. This is divided between the 3 subclasses. The first one is the European Innovation Council. That means the fund is given to European Innovation Council, which select who to support and what to support. And they support innovations with breakthrough and market creating potential. That means it can create jobs, for example. And also it can make like distinguish breakthroughs in the market. And the other one is under European innovation ecosystems, and it is for connecting with regional and national innovative actors. That means it is more or less related to the stakeholders and governmental institutions. For these 2, the budget is 10.6 billion, including 527 million for ecosystems. Together is 10.6 billion, and We said that they are 14.13. So the remaining, which is 3 billion, is for the third one, which is the European Institute and of Innovation and Technology, EIT. And this is to bring key actors. Actors here means research, education, and business all together around a common goal of nurturing innovation. That means they can fund a group of individuals from who are together giving proposal for boosting research, education, and business all together. And 3 billion is allocated for this part. The part two, as I said, there are part one, specific programs of implementing Horizon Europe, and the part which is divided into 3 pillars, and part two is to widening participation and strengthening the European research area, for which 3.4 billion euros are allocated, and it is also covering a wide area, wide types of opportunities from actions that or activities that aims at widening participation and spread excellence, like teaming, twinning, and for example, European cooperation in science and technology, boosting national contact points. If I can say some words about the national contact points, that these programs to be implemented smoothly need the formation of national contact points in each country. And we in Sudan, under the supervision of the FASTRIC, with Professor Fahal, we started to establish the national contact points for Sudan. And we were doing this during Ramadan, the same Ramadan of the war, so that this doesn't went forward, did not go forward. And we hope that we can make any forward action for this, because there is a need for the formation of national contact point in each country. Through this body, they can disseminate the different opportunities, facilitate the applications, and so on. They can be like a hub for or intermediate hub between the researchers and their institutions in one part, and the European Union on the other hand. It also gives support for reforming and enhancing the European Union research and innovation system, like strengthening the evidence base for research and innovation policy, foresight, support for policymakers, and so on. I don't want to go through all of them, but also they can give support for national contact points. So it is better to have a national contact point so that things can move smoothly. Also, as I mentioned, you can find calls for opening opportunities for these funds through the EURAccess website. And EURAccess is established with the aim to provide free access to information. And it is also supported by the European Union. And they provide access to opportunities for research funding, international collaboration, and transnational mobility. It also links researchers in worldwide to Europe. That means it is for all, and it makes the links between the European partners and other partners in other countries. And furthermore, the network is open to all nationalities and research fields. And your access, as you can go and see in their website, that now have many branches by the different continents. For example, you can find your access worldwide. That means it is a common for all, but there are specific sites for or groups launched for different continents and different regions. For example, there is Euraccess North America, Euraccess Latin America, and Euraccess Africa. So we in Sudan can go to this group and collaborate and see what they have. And there is Euraccess India, China, Asian countries or other Asian regions, and Korea, Japan, and anyone can apply. It is officially launched in 2022. The Africa Hub is officially launched in 2022. And if you want to go and access and see what is there, you go to their website, euraccess.ec.europe.eu, then worldwide, and under partners or partnering, you can find Africa, Asian, Australia, New Zealand, America, and so on. You go and select Africa, and you can have a look on what there is. For example, under the menu news, for news, I captured this one last week, and for this week there is another news that reflecting the activities going on in different countries, and also it highlights some opportunities open for African. For example, there is an announcement or there is a news published on 5th of April that there is more than 30 exceptional PhD positions across diverse disciplines. So go and read what they want and the eligibility criteria, and if you are one of the eligible researchers, go and apply. And it shows that there are some opportunities span of a range of disciplines, including physics, mathematics, chemistry, biological sciences, computer sciences, and so go and see what is there. If you are a postdoc or you are seeking postdoctoral opportunity, also there is an announcement or there is a news talking about some exciting postdoctoral opportunities in diverse fields, and also they are now open. And a day before this, there was a news about the Horizon Europe Info Day organized in Ethiopia. And after giving them grant writing workshop at Jimma University. This show you that under the Horizon Europe, you can apply for, as we said, for public event. One of these events can be organization of workshops. Ethiopian, they apply for grant writing workshop. So you can do the same through the Mycetoma Research Center, and they can support you. And you can find a lot. There's some events, there are some other opportunities, and you keep your eye on, and you need to stay informed. These are some of the important sites where you can find information about all these opportunities that I explored. And as I said, your access can give you many information. Your access have their email, specific email, website, and Facebook page, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Go through any of these, the most convenient for you, and see what is there and be informed about any opportunity that will come up. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Marmar. And actually, this is too much in one plate, and actually a lot of funding opportunities available. Professor Fahal, do you want to add something before we move to the questions? Professor Fahal, are you trying to say something?
Maybe his mic is not.
Yeah, he's muted. Prof,
It's
you're
muted.
muted. Unmute yourself. I think it's a network issue. Until it gets fixed, Dr. Ali, I see that you have a raised hand, so feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you very much, Professor Marmar, for this fruitful presentation on such a vital area, which me and maybe many of us were not previously familiar with, which is Horizon Europe, and what they all stand for, those ambitious research and innovation framework globally, and what are they offering a unique opportunity for academic institutions, researcher to lead cutting-edge interdisciplinary projects. And maybe I have some, maybe I have one rising questions. Considering this highly competitive nature of Horizon Europe goals, maybe there is a practical strategies would you can or would you recommend for academician, particularly those from underrepresented or low research and innovation countries? Can you give some points for these some practical strategies to increase our chances or for securing funding or even becoming a part of international consortia? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. Samira, I should reply one by one, or I collect all them together and then reply?
No, you can reply them one by one.
One by one, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for this question. And actually, it's a great question because, yes, as you said, it is a highly competitive program. And you know that under the category low and middle income countries, there are many countries. Actually, rich countries are fewer, far fewer. But as I said to my students and mentees each time, that we as Sudanese have some privilege over the others, that sometimes funds come for African countries, only African countries. That means non-African countries from low and middle income countries are not eligible. So we can find room for us under these opening opportunities. Also, we are from sub-Saharan countries. If the call is specific for sub-Saharan countries, we are one of them. If it is for Arab countries, we are one of them. If it is for East and Central Africa, we are there. If for Muslim countries, we are there. If it is for Nile Valley countries, we are there. If it is for now, we become eligible under the academic at risk or scholars affected by crisis due to the war. We are there, but we cannot rely on these many opportunities or many privileges and say we will be our applications will be accepted just because we are, for example, at risk researchers. We need to give them a very strong proposal that shows our strengths. And the second part of this presentation, which we always present it in 2 sessions, not 1 session, is about how to fill the proposal and how to respond to each part of the proposal. And you know that a strong proposal will be a plus. So we need to provide, or we need to submit a convincing proposal. It should first show the excellent research, which is #1 criteria for all fund reporting, excellent research. And it should also, for example, we should highlight how it contribute to the European Union policies and implementation of SDGs. Then we can write a successful proposal or winning proposal. Hope I can make things clear for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I?
Actually, they have a format or template for the proposal and for the application, not only the proposal, for the application itself. First, you need to have the partners and go and see in their website who are calling. The initiative comes, except for the MASCA, initiative comes from the research groups at the European countries. They make their announcement in the Horizon Europe website that we need researchers for this theme, and the eligibility criteria for us is 1, 2, 3, 4. In all cases, you need to submit your application, and your application should be meeting the criteria of the European Union or the Horizon Europe program, and then support this application with a strong proposal. If I can show you, it is the second part of this. So the application has timeline, and actually sometimes you need more than 8 months to make it finished. And then you go from starting your application up to submitting it, and you need to take your time in each step to look and to revise, and then to be focused when preparing your proposal. And writing the proposal is the most, I think it is the most critical point during the application itself.
Thank you so much, Professor Marmar, for this. Dr. Ali, if you want to add something, I see that you still have a raised hand.
Thank you very much, Professor Marmar, for this for answering this question. I think that from your opinion, in this area, like Horizon Europe or others, can serve as a powerful tool for rebuilding academic institution, especially after the destruction caused by the war, by offering funding opportunities for research project, or maybe restoring the infrastructure, or maybe for promoting innovation for Sudanese universities and academic institutions.
Yes, you are right. it is a plus for us. Sometimes war is not totally bad news, but now we are eligible for infrastructure fund for infrastructure more than funds for mobility, because we don't need to give supporting document that our labs are completely destroyed. Everybody know. So I think
Okay.
you can now start applying for infrastructure, and this can be beside your application as individual or as a researcher.
Okay.
Things are separated.
Okay, I think this is great. Professor Fahal, would you like to say something before we head into the questions in the chat?
No, thank you very much. I think this is a very nice educational session on how we can apply for this highly reputable funding opportunity. As Professor Marmar mentioned, that it is very highly competitive funding agency. The projects should be a very high quality. The researchers should be able to write good proposals, and they should know how to apply for these different grants. As you mentioned that we, as an underdeveloped country, we have a lot of opportunities for young researchers, for infrastructures, for mobility, for science, for collaboration, for different activities. Actually, we had a very good chance. The important thing it is to sit down, to reflect, and then to write a good proposal for these opportunities. It is not easy, but it is not difficult. So let us collaborate together so as we can write good proposals, and then we can apply for these funding grants. Different grants are available, so we should be able to know when and how we can do that. President Marmar, I'm sure you're going to be a very good asset for us, helping young researchers to pinpoint which part of the grant you have to apply for. And thank you very much.
Sure. I will be happy to do that, and it's honorable for me to be part of this group. Actually, it's my pleasure.
Okay, Professor Marmar, I think there's a question in the chat from Zulma. She's asking, is there's any age limit for application?
Actually, thank you, Zulma, for this question. As you can see, while we were exploring the Musca, and we said there are four opportunities, and as you can see that 3 of them indicated the age limit, because they indicated the experience. That means you can calculate the age limit, and there is no age limit, a certain limit, but it is case by case. Sometimes you find that there is PhD opportunity, and when you go to the criteria or eligibility criteria, you find that it is up to 35 years old, or sometimes 40 years old, or whatever. So it is case by case. So if you are invited to do a degree leading research, maybe you can find or you can struggle with age limit. But if you are applying for research grant for mobility or staff exchange, or for a group fund, or for training, or for postdoctoral, so age limit would not be the case.
Okay.
So don't worry, there are rooms for all.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Professor Fahal, go ahead.
As mentioned clearly by Professor Marmar, that we need to go into individual proposals or opportunities, and then to read through the inclusion criteria and selection criteria and other criteria, So and then I'll apply, and then we have to look how can we be in line with this required criteria. So there is no one rule. There is multiple grants, and every grant has its own criteria and rules and regulation. So the lesson it is to go and read in depth about different opportunities and see how can we apply for it. By
Yes.
the way, I am aware of many Sudanese scientists were able to get funds from this Horizon Europe, Horizon 2020. Thank you very much.
Yes. And also you can estimate, for example, if you wanna apply for one of these grants and you are you graduated 7 years ago, that means you can be eligible here or here. But if you are 11 years ago, graduated 11 years ago, so you just apply for this one. If you are less than this, so you apply for this one. So estimation can be done according to each individual program.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor, for highlighting this. But before we move on to other questions, we would be very delighted to invite you for another session on how to fill the proposal and how to respond to each part of the proposal. Actually, we would be very happy if you had time to do so in the upcoming weeks, and we can schedule that according to your time.
Definitely, I don't mind. I told you this is an learn. It is also a learning opportunity for me myself. So it will be my pleasure to do so. I'm at your hand.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this, Dr. Ali. I see you have a raised hand.
Yeah, thank you very much, because this is for talking again, because this is an important matter. I think that Professor Marmar and Professor Fahal, as Sudanese researcher or scholars or universities, we indeed face maybe a significant gap in grant acquisition, also in grant management, and even in institution support, especially when comparing this to many global universities. I think the global universities and even the global institution, they have an offices. They call them grant and research offices. Only these offices participate mainly in getting funds and searching about grants here and there. So we lack this area in our universities and institutions in Sudan. I think that.
Okay, I can comment on this, and also I will give the opportunity for Professor Fahar to talk more than me, because he is one of the leading scientists who was the director of the scientific research directorate in the Ministry of Higher Education. But yes, you are right. We are not lacking such offices. We have them in our universities, but we lack the experience on how to manage or how to directorate these offices. And you can maybe you know the breakthrough that Professor Fahal made. I'm not saying that because he is here, but he during his work in as a director for the scientific research directorate in the ministry. I think all researchers, they know that there are opportunities and they apply for that. I myself succeeded to have some grants, local grants, national grants from the ministry, because there are a lot of that was going on during that time. And at any university, there is a directorate for research and scientific research. Sometimes it is integrated with the postdoctoral research, or sorry, with the graduate colleges. Sometimes they are separate entities within the university itself, but maybe people, they don't know how to manage that, and what are their job description, what they want to do. Sometimes they just attend meetings and also from time to time organize so like a small workshop or a small event, one day event. So we need experts to manage these offices. But informations are there, opportunities are there, but who can reflect? And directorate and specific offices for that are there. But we need the people who are capable to director these offices. And Professor Fahal can add a lot on this. Prof. Fahal?
Thank you very much, Marmar. Thank you for the nice and kind words about the work we did at the ministry. But it is always there. If you have a will, you can always do a lot of work. I remember that the ministry organized one workshop organized by the Horizon 2020 at the ministry some time ago. They came all the way to Khartoum, Sudan, and then they discussed how we can apply. And in fact, discuss very elementary issues like how we apply. What the administrative work you have to do before you apply for these things? What are the certificates required? And all these small tips can help us in have a successful project at the end of the day. So I mean, it is the experience you have to gain over the time. We need to help our young researchers to take the opportunities and to apply for this, and to support them and to guide them on how they can apply and how they can get the grants, and then how they can manage the grants.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Marmar.
And also, if the national, in this issue, that the European Union opportunities, if the body of the NCPs or national contact points, it is their role is to disseminate information about the funding opportunities, not only the Horizon Europe, all the funding opportunities under the European Union.
So, Professor Marmar, are you trying to add something?
I would like to thank you all, to thank the Mycetoma Research Hub, and I want to wish them a speedy recovery from the what happened. I don't want to talk about this because this is very, very bleeding. But as we are still breathing and there is willing, so there is way. And hope you to have these sessions in the near future, at the research at the Mycetoma Research Center in Soba soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We hope so. We hope so. And inshallah, this will happen soon. Professor Fahal, would you like to add something before we end up?
No, I would like just to, again, to thank Professor Marmar for this nice and elegant presentation about how to raise funds for our research and from where we can get this research funding. I would like to ask her again to give us another session on the practical steps on how to apply for these grants. Thank you very much, Marmar, for this good and educational work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and actually, there's something that I just want to add, that since we started the Mycetoma Research Club, Professor Marmar has been one of the strongest supporters, just giving us advices on how to organize these meetings, what topics to include, and much more. I would like to thank you all for coming here today, for being here for the Mycetoma Research Club. And until we meet back again, thank you so much, Professor Marmar, for joining us today and for this incredible session. And until we meet back again, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice to meet you all and have a nice day.
Thank you. So bye-bye.